There are certain events that leave an indelible mark on the collective memory of a community. The flooding and devastation caused in the wake of Hurricanes Connie and Diane in 1955 is one of those events. Let's explore just what happened and hear the stories of some of the brave souls who made it through the storm.
Weather forecasting in 1955 was not as it is today. There were instruments, barometer, hygrometer, weather balloons that went up, snow and rain gauges, but there was no computer modeling or weather satellites or radar. So weathermen basically reported what the weather was currently. The National Weather Service would get information from airplane pilots or ship captains at sea if they encountered a storm. But as far as the storm's track and intensity and predicting where it would be 3 or 4 days from now, that was not heard of then. Hurricane Connie, which occurred on August 12th and 13th, dumped about 6 to 10 inches of rain in the area and saturated the ground. At the same time that Connie was leaving the area, another hurricane was forming. So now we have a saturated ground, and Hurricane Diane comes, and there was no warning that it was a significant storm that would impact this area. On the night of August 18th is when really the rain started. There was nowhere for the water to go into the ground, so it was all runoff, and it all ran into the Wallenpaupack Creek. The water rose very fast. Smaller rivers rose as much as 10 feet in a few hours. This area had never flooded to that much of an extent that people would even think of leaving their houses, but it did. A lot of the debris that was picked up in the water, such as tree trunks and rocks, all flowed toward 2 bridges that were in Greentown, and they blocked the structure of the bridges, and the water built up behind the bridges until it got to the point where the bridges didn't hold anymore and they washed away. And so there was this flood of water that came rushing into Greentown. Houses were ripped off their foundations. People had to go to their second floors to escape the water because not only the basement but the first floors were inundated with water. Cars were thrown around like toys and buildings thrown apart. It was just something that the area had never seen before.
The wake of the downpour brought numerous tales of tragedy as well as remarkable heroism.
The Smith family, there were 2 children and husband and wife. They recall being in the attic trying to survive the flood, and all of a sudden the house wasn't shaking anymore. There was something different about it, and they thought that the storm had subsided and the waters were receding, when in fact the house had been lifted off the foundation and was being carried down the river. The house broke apart. The mother, Pearl Smith, died. She didn't know how to swim. One of the children and her father survived the flood by clinging onto a tree, and the second child survived as well.
We were hit by a wall of water. We had no control of the car. We finally wound up hitting a tree, sideways about a mile downstream. The water was coming up inside the car, but we couldn't get the passenger side door open because it was jammed up against the tree. It took my brother and me both to push open the driver's side door for Bobby. We put Bobby up in the tree first because he couldn't swim, and then Ronnie went up and I went up last. During the flood up in the tree, we did a lot of praying. We said so many prayers that God was with us. He was that night, that's all I can tell you.
The Morrico's house, a grandmother and 4 of her grandchildren under the age of 6 lived there. The parents were on their way home when the flood hit. Someone had gotten a rowboat to go out to the house where the Morricos lived to rescue the grandmother and grandchildren, and she pushed the boat away. She felt safer in the house, as many people did, than attempting to board a boat and be rowed away in the raging river.
We got George Geeg's boat and rowed down to the Smith house to get as many of them out as we could. On my next trip, I went to the Morricos. They had 4 kids. But the minute the boat touched the side of the house, it shot right up in the air. The pressure was that hard. I grabbed a hold of the boat, and the PP&L guys pulled me back up to the hill. Then the PP&L guys said, "We're gone."
The Phillips family had John and Myrtle Phillips in the house. They were middle-aged, and Myrtle's aunt and John's mother were also in the house. There were people on the higher ground who were encouraging them to leave, but they didn't, and the house was swept away.
I woke around midnight. I heard a group of people talking outside, and I could hear another sound. someone calling from a distance. They heard Mildred calling from across the water. She landed in a treetop and clung to the branches as the waters rose around her. It was still storming as I began swimming. The night was so black I couldn't see anything except in the flashes of lightning. We made it to the creek bed, the deepest part of the water, and then we both held the rope while the men pulled us the rest of the way to the shore. We had lost everything, but my family had survived.
The next morning, when people walked out of their house, it was a beautiful sunny day, and people on higher ground had no idea of the destruction that was down in the flat area along the Wallenpaupack.
The storm had left much of the northeast in ruins, tearing apart our lake region area.
What's remarkable about it, though, is how the community came together to help those victims of the flood. The problem in this area was that the water was contaminated, and so there was a real need for sanitation and disease control. The pharmacist, Willis Gilpin, was the civil defense coordinator. The two local doctors in Newfoundland, one was in charge of sanitation, the other was in charge of health. The school nurse and one doctor administered typhoid shots to everyone in the area. Residents were asked who were not affected by the flood to contribute food and clothing to help out. The Red Cross came in to help.
In the midst of destruction came reorganization. Flood mitigation plans were made and dams were built. Ultimately, it was through hard work and cooperation that our area slowly rebuilt. For more information on the 1955 flood and other events of local interest, be sure to visit the Green Draer Historical Society.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Collins with Davis R. Chant Realtors. With over 50 years of serving the Lake Wallenpaupack region, Chant Realtors sells more homes by volume than any other realtor in the area. The Lake Wallenpaupack area is an attractive place to live because of its low taxes, great school districts, and beautiful scenery. Agents at Davis R. Chant Realtors have an extensive knowledge of the local market and experience with everyone from first-time home buyers to experienced investors. Chant uses a variety of print media, billboards, open houses, and national websites to promote properties and reach buyers. We work with sellers to put together a thoughtful but aggressive market plan tailored to each home individually. Here at Chant, we know that working together and providing channels of communication and feedback is important for the best outcome when selling your home. We provide a unique feature called Seller's Dashboard to our sellers, which allow you to view up-to-the-minute online information about your home, including how it is being marketed, how often it is being shown, and notes from agents and buyers. If you are ready to relocate, upgrade, downsize, or know anyone who is considering the Lake region, please stop by or call Davis R. Chant Realtors at 570-226-4518 or visit us online at chantre.com.
i2Print is your premium printing service for all your professional printing needs. We'll help you throughout the printing process from design to distribution. With bookbinding abilities, we'll be able to help you get the word out or promote your business with branded assets and products. i2Print offers top quality print products at competitive prices with quick turnaround and fast delivery. From business cards, large format posters, brochures, and wrap cards to annual reports, i2Print can print everything you need to promote your product, service, and business. With the best printing technology available today, we live up to our tag: service, speed, and success. Choose i2Print for your next printing project.
Hi everyone, it's Jim Hamble with the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau here in Delaware Water Gap Borough in Monroe County, the heart of the Pocono Mountains, and it's a beautiful spot to visit here. Sango Kura, it's a sake brewery and bistro. It's a wonderful spot to head in for a night on the town if you want to get a bite to eat or something to drink. And while we're speaking of that, Pocono Mountains Restaurant Month is happening from mid-April through the first week of May. I want you to head over to PoconoRestaurantMonth.com to check out more about that. But while we're here, Wally Life is going to give us a good sample of what you can get inside at Sango Kura in Delaware Water Gap.
How's it going? My name is Jay Cooper. I'm owner-operator of Sango Kura here in Delaware Water Gap, Pennsylvania. I'm the first and only sake brewery in the state, one of 18 in the country. And I'm here today to talk to you guys a little bit about what we do here. So the earliest of fermenting rice wine in Asia goes back about 2,000 years. And since then it is the national drink of Japan. Sake is in its own category of fermentation. It's an open fermentation. There's only 4 ingredients to sake, and that's rice, water, koji rice, and yeast. And that is all in a cooled process, which takes about 35 days. And then we press the sake, we filter the sake, and then we put it in kegs or bottles. And then from there, put it in the either labeled bottle in the cooler or just on tap. Our fermentation room, we have, right now we have a 700 liter capacity to brew. And the most important part about a sake fermentation room is that it has to remain very sterile. We use iodophor to clean and sterilize, isopropyl alcohol. We use air filters, and we keep doors and windows shut at all times because sake is a very, very sensitive taste. It's not as pungent as wine or beer. So any type of microorganism that could get in there that wouldn't be a threat to health, but might be a threat to the taste, could easily change that sake. Being sterile is #1 with sake, and that's what we strive to just be very clean and organized for consistency of our sake. Most people think that sake is meant to be enjoyed hot, which it is seasonally. But for here, with a high grade craft sake, you would want to keep that cold to keep the integrity of all those flavors and layers that comes from the yeast and rice. We offer a clear, which is called Junmai Ginjo. We also just released our cloudy sake, which is called Niguri. We're very proud of that one. We also are offering a Citra hops for our beer lovers, and we have a Taru, which is a very traditional sake. Our gin drinkers really like that because of the relation to maybe like a juniper style.
The atmosphere of Sango Kura is laid back and fun, a combination of local natural history mixed with Japanese culture. It's the perfect place to spend an evening with friends, have a few drinks, and share some amazing food.
I was doing this menu with noodles and sushi out of my food truck in Oregon, and I decided to come home, have a little bit of a career change, and start the sake brewery. And also I wanted to expand more with sustainable sushi, handmade noodles, and just a broader Japanese pub fare to offer with the sake. I'm more of an ambassador of recipes, because these are all my favorite dishes that I had in Japan. So I want them to spark a memory from when I had them there, because I had such a great time and really magical things happened for me in my life. And I wanted to bring that back to the States. So these recipes are as close as you could get them, as you would at a brew pub in Japan.
Everything is made with fresh ingredients in-house, and you can really tell. Flavors are complex and rich, and the ingredients are responsibly sourced.
So these are just some of the dishes that we offer here at Sango Kura to pair with our craft brewed sake. We hope you all come down and enjoy them with us. We've got a lot of love going on here. Happy to be here in Pennsylvania, and we hope to see you soon. So how was everything, guys?
It was great. Amazing.
Good.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, it takes a village, and this would not be possible without my awesome staff and wonderful family. And so we hope that you all come back, and you too, come on down and enjoy some sake and noodles. Hope to see you soon.
So that's a pretty good look at what Sango Kura has to offer here in Delaware Water Gap Borough, a really cool place where you can get something you can't get anywhere else around here, locally brewed sake and a lot of great food to go with it. So when you're out and about in the Pocono Mountains, make sure you're finding a lot of these awesome places where you can get a bite to eat and have a great experience while you're at it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Sterling Business and Technology Park is currently divided into 23 lots ranging in size from 3 to 30 acres. Each lot in the park is KOZ certified for companies that qualify. The Sterling Business and Technology Park is perfectly located just off Exit 17 on Interstate 84 in northeastern Pennsylvania, just under 2 hours from New York City. If you would like to explore locating your business at Sterling Business and Technology Park, visit sterlingbusinesspark.com.
Hey folks, do you wonder why you see so many B&B Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles here in the Northeast? It's no secret, ask the owner. You'll find out B&B Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Honesdale not only offers great deals, but you can't beat the knowledgeable and friendly sales staff and the exceptional factory-trained service technicians. Going shopping for a new or used vehicle? Stop by B&B Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Honesdale and make a deal. Get pre-approved. Check out our inventory. Go to bnbdodge.com, or better yet, visit our showroom at 125 Grandview Avenue, Honesdale. B&B Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You'll love your new car or truck if you get it from B&B.
B&B, better and better.
Wally Ice Fest slides into action at Wetonka Outdoor Facilities. The weekend brought a host of events and games for all to enjoy.
I think the events are going great today. The Wally Ice crew put together really nice options for either participants or the general public to take place in some of our games out here in the field. And we're happy that they could still play hockey on our courts.
we're playing deck hockey, you know, brings it back to kind of old school gym class, which is fine, you know, we're still having fun. We've been here the last couple of years, so excited that they're continuing the event, and it's just getting better every year, so I've been really impressed with everything so far. We're always fighting the weather, but we got a beautiful day, and we might not be on the ice, but we're having fun on the arenas and stuff. It's been a blast so far, so hopefully we have a good rest of the day.
So my team kind of fell together last minute. We didn't really have any prior organization. We just kind of got some guys together who wanted to come up and be a part of the tournament. It's a bit more taxing trying to play, you know, ball hockey. I think it exerts a little more energy and kind of everybody gets gassed a little bit quicker. But I don't know, we're still trying to put in an effort and pull some W's.
In addition to ongoing hockey games, spectators and players alike were invited to enjoy refreshments, live entertainment, demonstrations, and games. A number of skills challenges were set up to test players' abilities and accuracy.
Curling got its start on the locks in Scotland when guys would come out with various sized stones that they would slide up the ice and see who could take whose stone off the ice. Over time, they started to realize that if all their stones weighed the same, it would make for a much more interesting game. The difference between that and, well, street curling, or as we like to refer to it, tar spiel, we would be using a 15-inch spare tire with 3 casters on it and a handle.
Axe throwing, relays, and yard games balanced out the afternoon.
So this is Watonka Outdoor Facilities' first event, and we couldn't be more thrilled to work with Chris Becker and Wally Ice Fest. They've truly been incredible, and this year, unfortunately, we didn't quite get the ice we needed on the lake, but we were able to throw this festival today, and we really appreciate everyone who came out. There's been plenty of music, games, and things for people to do, and we really appreciate the fact that people showed up to see what it is we're doing here.
And I'm Zach, otherwise known as Spice.
We're here at the Awsom Animal Shelter, and we're talking about our big upcoming event, our Tricky Tray and Dinner. Doors open at 5 p.m. Calling starts at 7. It's at
Kalahari.
Kalahari. It's fabulous. It's the biggest and best Tricky Tray in all of Monroe County. And we have a very interactive Tricky Tray. We have some fabulous MCs.
So not only with your price of admission are you getting a great dinner and chance to win fabulous prizes, but you're also getting a great evening of entertainment.
Yeah, but you do have to be over 18. It is a very adult evening.
That's for sure.
To get your seats, everything's in advance. No at the door sales, sorry. You'd have to go to our website to get information, which is awsomanimals.org, or trickytrade.com, or our Facebook page.
Or there's a phone number they can reach you at too, right, Dawn?
Oh yeah, my phone number. 570-223-7467. This is our biggest fundraiser for the shelter, and this is how we keep the shelter going. This is a not-for-profit shelter. It is a no-kill shelter. We run by donations only, and this helps keep the shelter open. We rescue and adopt out about 1,000 animals a year. So I really hope you could come out and join us, help us, and have a lot of fun.
There are other ways you can help. If you would like to donate, if you are an establishment, business, or an individual here in the Poconos, you can drop off donations at the shelter. Any new items be dropped off at the shelter. We really do rely on the community for donations, and we get some fantastic prizes.
The team here at Wally Life would like to take a minute during this episode to thank you for watching the show. This is the 10th year of Wally Life, originally created by Alex Zedok in 2010 as a way to showcase life around Lake Wallenpaupack. Troy, Connor, and I truly appreciate your support for the show. Our sponsors, many who have been with the show since 2010, make Wally Life possible. And we'd like to thank B&B Dodge, Davis R. Chant Realtors, Lighthouse Harbor Marina, the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau, I2 Print, and the Sterling Business and Technology Park for their unwavering support of Wally Life. Wally Life airs on Blue Ridge and Service Electric Cable, and through our partners in Hazleton, SSP TV. A few years ago, we started posting segments on our YouTube channel, and as of March 1st, our YouTube channel has over 100,000 views from people all over the country. Please subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment, and let us know what you'd like to see on the show. If you know an interesting person or have an event that you'd like us to cover, we love coming out. And from all of us here at Wally Life, thank you for watching the show.
So, you want to know what this whole Freedom Boat Club thing is all about? Simply put, we're a club that makes boating, well, simple. Here's how it works. You join the club, you pay a one-time membership fee, and then monthly dues from there on out. And instantly, you get access to a fleet of boats. As a member, their entire fleet is at your disposal. All those things you imagine boating to be suddenly become reality. When you're done, you simply head back to the dock where the boat club staff will be waiting. Leave the boat with them, and that's it.
Tune in to Wally Life every Monday at 9 p.m. on Blue Ridge Communications Channel 13 for the latest in life around Lake Wallenpaupack. And if you like Wally Life, please click the subscribe button below.